So today we're going to talk about all these things that make not just interiors but exteriors and our actual life. And we are rarely thinking about them, but we should definitely think about them a lot more. And I really like the angle that we chose today, because this behind me is probably the best way to treat a wall of the house. And unfortunately, not always we can do it, but we are blessed. So I will start with the doors. And the doors are portals to a world behind it. The doors, good doors, tell stories. Good doors tell you so much about that world, that's what you can expect. And we'll go through some different doors now, and you will see very clearly what I mean with it. So I'm starting with this one because it's such a massive message. It's so powerful. It's so okay. For me, it's this wonderland behind. It can be scary. It can be. It will definitely be not what I'm expecting. So whatever images I'm building in my head, it's gonna change. It's gonna surprise me. It's gonna maybe change my life, change my world, and I'm not sure I want to open it. I don't know if I'm ready to open this door. I don't. I'm feeling excited in a way, but also very careful, though I am curious, definitely. Let's go to the next one. This, very different story. This is a symbol of status, of social, of the caste system. It's a symbol of wealth. This door tells you that people who leave behind, they have money, and that they definitely have a good education. They are not, they're very, very serious people. This is not a hippie family. And you have to be prepared. You have to speak proper English. You know that when you enter this house, you have to behave. And this message is so different from the previous door. You could go naked into the door, the first one. Here, you have to make sure that your shoes are polished, that your hair is proper, that, that you have a, right accent, maybe. This is something that we know pretty well. It's a Balinese door, though it's painted in unusual color for a Balinese door. And this is dear to our hearts, and this is familiar. This is something that, because we are all here from different parts of the world, and even from Indonesia, in different parts of Indonesia, this is for us home. And we know what to expect pretty much. We know that it's not the usual Balinese house. It's more artsy, let's say. It's more colorful. It's more thought through. People were not scared to break some rules and go against the standards. But this is home. So clear. So obvious. The geography. We'll go a little bit into geography of the doors. And the second door, of course, was England. And the first could be anywhere. It could be in the middle of a desert island and a portal to a different world. So this, again, the geography is absolutely clear. So you see this door, you know what's behind. Even if it's in the middle of Denpasar or London or wherever it is, you know that it's Chinese-owned, serious, proper, solid, either house or business. You know that food is going to be good here. You know that dumplings are going to be delicious. Maybe I'm simplifying the whole Chinese culture, but that's what comes into my head. And definitely there are stories that will be told, and they will be going back generations, and it's a very, very interesting world behind. Clearly, geographically, there is nationality to the world opening behind this door. This, the first thought, Greece, of course. Funny story, do you know how Greek islands became white? So there was an epidemic in 1920 something, and it was really bad. And on some islands, the local government community said that if you paint your houses with a mix of white limestone, it's going to keep the sickness away. So they did. And the blue color, and all those blue colors that such traditional Greek doors, that's the colors that they paint boats in. So it was just available there. So this combination of the epidemic plus the boat traditional colors created this style that we now know as Greek style, Greek islands, and it's absolutely unmistakable. But yeah, that's what it is. And if we look at this door, okay, we know Greek. It's in Greece somewhere. What's behind, it's also very easy to imagine. It's probably a very dark house. There are no big glass windows with amazing sea views. It's probably very simple. It can be a family of a farmer. It can be it can be some lighthouse. So it's definitely in quite deserted area. It's not a part of a town. It's farm. And life there is very simple, very down to earth, can be quite hard, can be cold in the winters, can be not enough food sometimes. There are no people who are into gourmet cuisine back there. And, but they're nice, I like them. Though, yeah, I have my own deep feelings for that part of the world. That is pretty much the same. But, and okay, now why did I put those two doors? Because they're pretty much the same, but it is a different feeling. And now we can get we can see one story, the previous door, and this story, same white walls, blue colors of the boats, and, but different world, a little bit different world behind them. Amazing architecture, beautiful craftsmanship, clear geography. This door leads to either a mosque or a palace. And let's say it leads to the palace. What happens behind the door of this palace? Actually, really great things. And this palace is built by very, very, very clever people. People with very good taste, people with who studied architecture, traditions, details, who know the best craftsmanship. They are very wise, and they don't go crazy. They don't have those crazy palace parties. They live a beautiful life full of intention. They are living legacy. After them, they're thinking about leaving legacy. They are giving the best education to their children. And okay, let's move on. Okay, that door is, actually I don't know if it's in the wall or it's just, it's a door in the wall. So again, geography, India, of course, definitely. And here, I love India. I've been there so many times. I spent 7 years in India, and I feel the smells. I feel this chaos, which is always associated with India, but also this. And this is monochrome, almost. But I see the colors. I open these doors, and I see magenta, I see turquoise, I see bright oranges, and I feel the smells, the curries, the saffron, and I hear a lot of sounds, and this place is full of everything, everything. This is, well, different world completely. Definitely Europe. Europe, which is complicated. Europe with, so behind this door, it's a world that is a little bit, like, people think about how they look. They think about how they talk. They're not real themselves. They are always playing some kind of theater. And they are trying, and they can be very nice people. I like the people. But it's always on this, like, note of superficial, and like, things that are not important are important. Conversations that happen here are sometimes unnecessary, clever, with words which are used that people would not use, and for no reason. With the food, which is, you know, one small tomato on the plate and something smoking around it. And it's a nice world. I like it, but it's not mine. That was so subjective, oh my God. But, well, hell, yeah. So this, that's an interior door. And you can see that it's an apartment with a quite low roof, and it could be anywhere. It could be a suburb of Lisbon, London, Buenos Aires, anywhere. But what this door did to this place, it brought the farmhouse inside. So it brought the thoughts about those beautiful gardens and fields and horses, and no matter what happens outside of this apartment, this door brings those smells and ideas. It brings ideas. This is, well, just try to open it, if you can. And if you manage, well, you'll probably get a big reward. And it can be safe, where people, keep whatever they want to keep. It can be a door to a bar, for example, and your reward is to actually get through it. And it's basically, it's offering you difficulty, so just try it, you know, come on, try me. But it also tells you you get a big reward if you get through. So, well, that one. Okay, no comments here. So, I mean, people do install this kind of doors in whatever places, but yeah, I think on that note we have covered the doors. So, doors, yes. This is freedom. This is a door that leads to freedom and back to freedom. So on both sides of this door, there is freedom. These people are not, this world is not closing itself from the rest of the planet. This world is open to see inside. This world is not hiding anything. This world is not planning to stay in one place for a long time. This world doesn't have to stay in one place because it's constantly going in and out. This door is connecting the nature outside to the interiors in a wonderful way, just like the doors behind me are doing. And I also like the system it opens because it's this two-sided opening which makes it even more free, makes it even more, yeah, you can even squeeze through here, yeah. Kind of the same story, a bit more structure. This, again, lots of freedom, but the frame of these windows, okay, there is something of a prison, even with that behind me. It's, on the other hand, it's like if we didn't have those lines of the thin metal frame, then it would be just glass. And then it could be too much, because a human, not even I, but human brain needs to know that we are inside when we actually are inside. Otherwise, the brain is kind of not stable. We need this stability. And this door exactly does that. So doors are not, they don't just come just the door. They come with the door handle, they come with the light above it, lights around, some things that stand in front of the door. And these little details can give a completely different, different message and create a completely different world. So this, for example, is this is a happy family with lots of children, maybe grandchildren. I would love my grandmother to live like this if she was still alive. That would be my favorite place to go to. And there are dogs there who sleep on couches, and it smells of baked bread or cookies, and it's not too organized, but it's really nice. It's soft, welcoming world where you know that you will be, you will be welcome. You'll be happy. People will hug you, and when they meet you, even the first time. Very different story. Here, and it's the same arrangement. But the details, the door itself, this is, so the previous one and this are like worlds apart in many ways. In the living standards, not standards, I don't like this living standards, because standards is something really strange to have for a living. The attitude to yourself. These people take themselves so seriously. I love it. It's beautiful, wonderful. But this is such a serious story. This is somebody who wants to become president since the day he was born. This is somebody who has big plans, who owns corporations. Nothing is taken lightly. It's a very, very serious life. Beautiful, amazing, very clever. Very eloquent, but so serious. A dog on the sofa here? I don't think so. Children running around with cookie crumbles around after them? I don't think so. Children are sitting appropriately at the table, eating with fork and knife. They cannot say a word when their father is talking. That kind of story. Okay, we're getting to the end of the doors with this. I don't want to go there at all. Like, at all. I'm so sorry to what happened to you, and people who have to pass through doors like this. I'm really, really sorry. And I hope that whoever lives there or works there has an option to change their life and work somewhere else or live somewhere else, because this is just bad. It's just really bad. So, this also is. Okay, that's not as bad, though. But what I'm thinking about this, who can live here or work here? Some government, like CIA, FSB, but those like government offices who are doing dark, scary things. Military, there is no art there. There is no fun there. There are no jokes. If there are jokes, they're like really dark and like, people can kill. Can think about killing, can plan killing, can steal, no moral values whatsoever in this particular, behind this door. And, oh, that's another barn door, but a different barn door. It's like, yeah, we are young, have never been to a farm, but would like to, you know, do something like that. Okay, now the doors are definitely going to windows.